Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Well, in this video, I would like to share with all of you how we can apply a 3D surface in order to create a certain part. Alright, so let's get started, guys. So, if let's say you do not have in your SolidWorks environment, you do not have the surface tab like this, okay, what you need to do is that you just need to go to any of these tabs here, right click, and then you on the surface. Let's say for example, okay, in my case, let's say for example, I don't have any surface tab. So what I need to do is that I just need to bring to any of these toolbar, okay, or tabs, and then just need to right click, and then I'm going to select my surfaces toolbar or surfaces tab. So just click this one. There you are. Okay, so I'm going to have my surface here, which is this one. Okay, now so let us get started. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before I go further, I would like to show to you what are actually the difference between a 3D solid modeling as well as a 3D surface. All right. So let's say for example, I'm going to pick my top plane as my sketch plane, and then I'm going to create a rectangle. I can choose this one or this one. Let's say I'm going to pick my center rectangle. And then let's say I'm going to indicate the dimension. Let's say the length for this side is 100 mm, whereas the dimension for, or the length for this one is also 100 mm. And then okay, so in this case, first of all, I want to show to you the common command that we have done previously, which is extruded boss base. This is a 3D solid modeling. Okay, 3D solid modeling. So we're going to apply this one first, because later on, as what I did mention to you previously, that I'm going to show you the difference between both of the command, which is extruded boss base, as well as for the 3D solid modeling, as well as the 3D surfaces. So I'm going to, let's say I'm going to create the height, let's say 100 as well. Okay, 100 mm, the height of this cube or sketch. So click OK. Now, okay, so for the 3D solid modeling, if let's say if I make it section view, so since this is a solid, all right, I'm going to click OK. So everything will look solids, okay, like this. Okay, so now let's say this time I'm going to apply a 3D surface. So one more thing before I go further, you have to remember that the sketch, okay, the sketch for the 3D solid modeling should be in a closed loop like this. You can't have an open loop. Okay, remember, for the 3D solid modeling, the sketch itself need to have a closed loop like this. All right. So, however, for the surface, 3D surface, it is not necessary to have a closed loop. Okay, your sketch. Okay, your sketch it's not necessary to have a closed loop. Okay, I will show to you an example. Let's say I'm going to pick my top plane as my sketch plane, and then normal 2, and this time I would like to show to you again by using this one. Okay, for the time being, I'm going to show to you the surface, 3D surface with a closed loop. So we do have a closed loop of this particular sketch, and then I'm going to indicate the dimension here is 100, same to go with this one. Okay, this side, which is 100 mm. Now, okay, now I'm, instead of using just now the features as well as extruded boss base, this time I'm going to apply surfaces with extruded surface with this closed loop of sketch. Okay, so I'm going to proceed with extruded surface. Okay, also with 100 mm, and if I click OK, there you are. Okay, So you can see the difference. Even if I choose or pick the section view, it will look like this. So this is a 3D solid modeling, and for this particular case, or for this particular part or component, we have applied the 3D surfaces. So it will look like this. All right. So that is actually the main difference between the 3D solid modeling as well as the 3D surface. Even from the name, we already know, okay, 3D solid modeling, solid modeling. So it means that everything is in a form of solid, all right, rather than this one surface, okay, 3D surface. So it means that we're going to have shape like this, okay. Now, if we proceed with the surfaces, okay, 3D surface, so I'm going to close this one. And if you still remember, I did mention just now that in order to create any 3D surface, the sketch itself, it is not necessary to have a closed loop. It is not necessary to have closed loop. Okay, let's say for example, this is a closed loop. Okay, I'm going to sketch. And let's say now I'm going to apply my my circle. Okay, I just simply draw. Okay, I delete again. I just simply draw. Oops. Okay, I just simply draw without any dimensions. All right, and then I'm going to apply my surfaces with extruded surface with a certain height. All right, so this is how it looks like. So I'm going to hide this one. Okay, there you are. So this is a closed loop sketch for a 3D, for the 3D surface. And let's say we're going to apply an open loop sketch for a 3D surface. So let's say I'm going to pick my right plane as my sketch plane, and then I'm going to create, let's say, the 3-point arc. Let's say one. I just simply draw as well without any dimension. You can indicate the dimension if you want to. Okay, so as you can see that for my sketch, this one, I do not have any closed loop. Okay, it is actually an open loop. So in this particular case, we can straight away go to surfaces and extrude surface. There you are. Okay, and we can extrude and play around with the length. All right. It is also it is also actually similar with the extruded boss base, whereby you can play around with all these one, blind, mid plane. Okay, let's see if I choose mid plane, the direction. Okay, you can play around with this one. Same to go if, let's say, I'm going to pick my right plane, sketch, normal to, and let's say this time I'm going to use a spline, and I'm going to simply create any shape. Okay, any shape. Okay, this is an open loop. Okay, open loop. And then I'm going to proceed with my surfaces, extruded surface. There you are. Okay, so you can play around with this one. Same to go if you want to have a second direction with a different length. Okay, you can apply. Okay, uh, okay, so this is how you can play around, or the difference between the 3D surface and also a 3D solid modeling. All right, okay guys. Okay, let's see, I'm going to have that one. Second directions. It doesn't matter how the sketch look like. Once when you extrude your sketch, it will follow according to the shape of the sketch itself. Okay, so you have to remember that uh, the main difference in SolidWorks for both 3D solid modeling as well as the 3D surface is that the sketch for the 3D solid modeling should be in closed loop, whereas for the 3D surface, the sketch is not necessary to have a closed loop. It also can be an open loop. All right. So as what I've showed to you over here. So now I would like to show to you a few examples for the surface, 3D surface. Let's say I'm going to pick my top plane as my sketch plane. So let's say I'm going to have a circle here. I'm going to indicate a dimension with, let's say, 100 mm. And I'm going to extrude with surface, extrude surface. Oops, sorry, extrude surfaces, extrude surface. And let's say the height is somewhere around, let's say, 150 mm. Or maybe I'm going to make it lower a bit. Let's say 120. Okay. Okay, this is the first sketch that I've extruded by using extruded surface. Now, I'm going to create another one more sketch, and I'm going to apply with the extruded surface as well. So let's say this time I'm going to pick my front plane as my sketch plane. And then let's say I'm going to apply with a spline. Let's say I'm going to have some sort like this. This one, like that, and like this. Okay. And let's say I'm going to readjust the position of the spline points. So I think should be fine. It should be okay. And then this spline, which I've just created just now, I'm going to extruded surface, and I'm going to apply mid plane, and I make sure that this particular of length should be protruded or extend more than this diameter. All right, say you don't make it like this. Okay, so you have to make sure that that this particular of length, the spline sketch, this one, we extrude it more than this diameter, the dimension of this diameter. All right, so probably around here should be fine. So let's, and then click OK, and then we're going to have like this. Now I'm going to show to you another one more command in surface, which is known as trim surface. Let's say I'm going to trim this, and I just would like to have only the bottom section. I'm going to eliminate the top portion. All right, so what I need to do is that I need to go to trim surface. All right, and make sure that your trim type is standard, and the selection, this is trim tool. Which one is your trim tool? This is your trim tool. Trim tool is some sort like a boundary for you to separate between the bottom portion as well as the top portion. All right, so again I would like to repeat that the trim tool is the it acts like a boundary in order to divide or separate the top portion or the top section as well as the bottom section. So this is my trim tool. So for this particular case, okay, pieces to remove, you can either use remove selection or keep selection. Okay, so let's say I would like to show to you how are we going to apply with remove selections command first. All right, so which area or which section that you're going to remove, this one I'm going to remove. All right, and then make it split options natural, and just click OK. There you are. And then we can pick this spline shape, and then right click, and then we can hide it. There you are. So it will look like that. Okay, so let's say I'm going to show to you another one more, another one more command, which is edit features, which is keep selection. Okay, as what I showed to you just now, that the okay, right. So this time we're going to apply. Before that, allow me to on show this particular of spline. Okay, so let's say this time I'm going to apply this cube selection. So again, make sure trim type should be standard. Selection trim tool, this is the trim tool. Okay, and this time I'm going to, instead of you choose remove selections command, I'm going to apply this time with keep selections command. So which part for this one, for this area, which part or which section that we're going to keep, this one we're going to keep. Remove, just now we choose this one because why? Because we would like to remove this one. But this time, since we already choose keep selections command, therefore we need to pick, or we need to select which area or which part that we're going to keep. So in this particular case, I've picked, or I've already selected the bottom one. Why? Because I'm going to keep this particular section. And make sure the surface split option should be neutral, and just click OK. There you are. So you can either use both of that particular of command, either remove or keep selection, or remove selection. Okay, so there you are. All right, so this is how it looks like. So let's say I'm going to apply another one more. I'm going to show to you again. Let's say this time I'm going to apply, let's say again I'm going to apply with the, but this time let's say right click, right plane. Okay, I'm going to choose my right plane as my sketch plane, and then I'm going to apply, let's say this time I'm going to apply with the, let's say 3D point arc. Let's say somewhere on here, and let's say that one. And let's say I'm going to make sure that this one should be horizontal, and then this I'm going to make it 100 mm. There you are. And let's say the distance from here to here, let's say I'm going to make it 100 as well. Okay, or maybe I'm going to make it a little bit higher. Let's say I'm going to make it 105. Oh, sorry, let's say make it 90. Okay, there you are. All right, so you have to remember that in order to create the boundary or tool selection just now, so you have to make sure that it should be protruded out or extend or beyond the part that we're going to trim later on. Okay, so like this. Okay, so it's protruded out. Okay, like that. So now it's time for me to proceed with my extruded surface. There you are. So I'm going to make it mid plane, as you can see over here. So dia ada lebih so dia ada lebih like this. They protrude out, they extend a bit with this one. Why? Because later on we're going to trim the bottom one. Okay, so just click OK, and then we can proceed with our trim surface. So trim tool, this is our trim tool. All right, so we're going to eliminate, or we're going to remove the bottom one. So I'm going to pick remove selections, and then I'm going to remove the bottom one. There you are. Okay, and then I'm going to pick this one, right click, and then I'm going to hide it. There you see, it looks like that. Okay, guys, so that's how you can play around with the extruded surface as well as the trim surface. Now let's say I'm going to cover the bottom portion. Okay, I'm going to cover the bottom portions. So in this particular case, I can apply a command which is named as fill surface, which is known as fill surface. So what you need to do is that you just need to click filled surface, and then patch boundary here. You just select the edge, don't select the face, select the edge. Okay, again, so I'm going to repeat here. In order to cover. So since I'm going to expect the machine to just now, I would like to cover the bottom area, the bottom portion. I want to close it. I want to close the bottom area. So what I need to do is that I need to go and choose field surface command. This one, which is still on the surface. You have to remember that right now we are focusing on the surface command. All right. So it should be under surface toolbar or surface tab. All right. So I'm going to pick field surface, and then under patch boundary, I'm going to pick the edge of this bottom area. Do not pick the surface. Jangan pilih surface. Do not pick surface. But in this particular case, under patch boundary, you need to pick the edge. This one. Okay, the edge. So click this one. Okay, let it. Okay, so it depends. Surface. Normally, if surface activities, it will involve with high memory. Okay, so it depends on the performance of your laptop or your desktop. Okay, so sometimes let's say if the performance of your laptop is quite low, so it will take times in order to create a certain surface like this. All right, so I already picked age, and as you can see over here, it already created for us automatically. All right, so then just click OK. There you are. All right, so now this is still surface. All of this part, or all this one and this one, are both of these are still in a surface form. Okay, so if we go to here, surface bodies, if we expand this arrow, as we can see over here, the highlighted with the blue one, okay, the blue surface, this is a surface symbol. Okay, the surface symbol. So if we refer to the highlighted with the blue color, this one is the surface, this one, the top surface, and this is the bottom surface. So it means that we do have two bodies. For you don't include with both of these. Why? Because both of these are our trim tools just now. Kita punya boundary, kita punya trim tool untuk cut tadi kan, untuk cut tadi, proses cut, trim surface tadi. Okay, so even though if you refer to the surface symbol, okay, surface symbol, this one, it will not highlight with any color to us. Let's say this is a white color, or plain color without any color. So it means that we already know that both of this is a trim tool surface. All right, so for this particular case, we just would like to focus on the highlighted with the blue color, which is both of this one. So in this particular case, we do have two bodies. One, this one, which is this one, and another one is the bottom one, which is the one. Two, okay, two surfaces, two bodies. So in order to apply a thickness with a certain thickness on this particular of surfaces or part, okay, 3D surface part, we have to join it together first. We have to join this surface with this surface. Okay, since we do have only two surfaces, so we have to join both of the surfaces. Let's say if you do have 5, 6, 7, or 10 surfaces, so before you can proceed with the thicken, okay, before we assign any thickness on this particular of part, we need to join it together by using knit surface. You remember, thicken ni kita nak apply, if you would like to apply a certain thickness on this 3D surface, we have to do it last kali. Okay, this is actually the last activity that you need to apply once after you confirm that all this part is actually the actual part that you want to create. All right, so do you remember, thicken, or if you would like to apply a certain thickness on a certain 3D surface, you have to apply it at the last stage. Okay, so once after you already confirm that, or D or I, okay, confirm already lah. This one is the final part that I would like to apply for the 3D surface. So now it's time for me to apply a certain thickness. Okay, so then in that particular case, you can just proceed with your thicken command, or your activity that you're going to assign with a certain thickness on your 3D surface part. However, before that, you have to knit surface. You have to join it all together first before you can apply the thicken command. So now I'm going to show to you how. So go to knit surface, and then under the selections, you need to pick this one as well as this one. Two, both of this surface. Okay, so once after confirm, just leave it this one as a default. Okay, knitting tolerance, the gap control. So just leave it this as a default, then just click OK. There you are. So now, as you can see over here, under surface bodies, instead of two just now, we do have two bodies, it already become only one body. Why? Because we already assembled it together just now. Okay, by applying the knit surface. Now, it's time for us to apply a thicken command. Okay, so go to thicken, and then let's say I'm going to have 3 mm thickness, and which surface that I need to apply for this particular of thickness. So just pick this one. There you are. So as you can see over here, if this one thicken both sides, it means that both sides from here to here 3 mm. Let's say this is your original. Okay, this is your original surface. So from this one to here is 3 mm. From here to inside is 3 mm. That's why it's shown to you like this. So it means that it's both sides. One, they will create a thickness inside this original surface. Another one is outside from the original surface. Let's say if you were to apply this one, okay, for this particular of command, just now it's this one. So now we're going to apply the thicken side one. Thicken side one means that they're going to create a wall thickness out of this, the external side or the outer side of this original surface, which is from here to here is 3 mm. If you apply this one, it will go inside. There you are. Okay, so this is your original surface, and then they will create 3 mm thickness for this particular of part. Okay, from here to here is 3 mm. There you are. So let's say I'm going to apply outside this one. Okay, as you can see over here. Alright, so once after confirm, then you just need to click OK. There you are. So it means that, okay, as you can see over here, you do have thicken. This is the knit that you have applied just now. Okay, so you're going to have like that. Okay, so you have to remember before thicken or thickness just now. You have to apply it at the last stage. Why? Because let's say if you already thicken your or create a certain thickness on your 3D surface part, it is once after you already created this one and the thicken command, it is pretty hard for you to apply or adjust or do any additional command with the surface with a surface application or surface command. Okay, that's why I've suggested just now that you apply the thicken command on your last stage. Okay, at your last stage. So let's say I'm going to show to you another one more how we can use this one. Let's say I'm going to pick my front plane as my sketch plane, and let's say I'm going to apply 3-point arc. So let's say one, oops, one, two, three. Okay, so you have to remember, in order to create a 3D surface, each sketch must be in the form of individual sketch. Okay, I'm going to create this one, and I'm going to create another one at the bottom. I need to make it individual. Okay, so let's say this one. Okay, I've already created once. So once after I created this one sketch, I need to exit from the sketch. All right, and then again, I'm going to apply my front plane as my sketch plane, and then normal too, and then I'm going to create another one more. Okay, uh, over here. Okay, another one more over here. Let's see, this one like this, and like that. So I did not show any dimension, okay, because this is only for the examples. Okay, let's say now I'm going to apply my right plane, but this time I'm going to create my additional plane. Let's say I'm going to increase it somewhere around here, 70 mm, right? Click OK, and then I'm going to pick my plane 1 as my sketch plane, and then I'm going to normal 2. All right, and this time let's say I'm going to apply again by using this one. But before that, let's say we proceed with this one first. We proceed um, with the extruded surface first. Okay, extruded first surface, this one. I'm going to extrude this one. Okay, so I'm going to have mid plane, and I'm going to have some sort like this one. Is I'm going to make it 250. Same with the bottom portions. So I'm going to pick my extruded surface, this one, and I'm going to have a mid plane and 250 mm the length of the bottom one as well, same. And then now I'm going to apply my plane 1 sketch, and then go to normal 2, and this time let's say I'm going to have another one more 3-point arc. Let's say I'm going to apply here, here, and let's say this time I'm going to have some sort like this, and I'm going to adjust this one. Okay, because I would like to cut this one later. I think should be okay. And then I'm going to proceed with my oh sorry, not plane 1, it should be the top portion. So I'm going to eliminate this one. So this sketch 4 I'm going to delete. Even the plane 1 I'm going to delete this. I'm going to pick the top plane. Okay, don't use just now, don't use the plane 1 just now. So I'm going to use top plane as my sketch plane, and let's say I'm going to apply a 3D point, 1, 2, and let's say I'm going to apply like this, 3, and then I just simply pick this one somewhere around here, this one somewhere around here. Okay, let's say like this. Okay, and I'm going to exit, and I'm going to create another one more, which is I'm going to again apply top plane as my sketch plane, and normal 2, and then I'm going to apply another one more, which is this one. So I'm going to apply this one to here. This is without any dimension. Okay, you can create the dimension if you want to, but since I just would like to show you the example, that's why I just just neglect the dimension. Okay, let's say for example I just as you would like to have like this. Okay, right, and then I'm going to apply with my extruded surface. I'm going to apply this one first. Oh sorry, I'm going to apply again extruded surface. It's this one. So I'm going to make it mid plane, and I'm going to reduce a bit. as long as it's protruded out like that. Okay, so I think it should be okay, 170. Same to go with this one. So I'm going to extrude surface this sketch which I've already created just now, also with 170. There you are. So now, okay, it's time for me to apply with the trim surface. Okay, I'm going to apply trim surface and trim tool. I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to remove this portion as well as this portion. Okay, okay, so that I can have a shape like this. So I just click OK. There you are. So I'm going to proceed again with my trim surface. My trim tool now is this one, and I'm going to remove this one, both of these. There you are. And then just click OK. There you are. Alright. So I'm going to hide this one and also this one. Right. Okay, now I'm going to have another one more, which is let's say I'm going to on this. Okay, all right, so I'm going to have let's say, okay, let's say this time I'm going to apply my trim surface, but this time the trim tool is this one. Okay, and I'm going to remove the top portion, both of these. Okay, and then click OK. Right, and then again I'm going to apply my trim surface, and this time this surface will act as my trim tool, and then I'm going to remove the bottom surface, this one. Click OK. Okay, and then let's say I'm going to have let's say another one more here. So I'm going to have a top plane as my sketch plane, and I'm going to create one more sketch with 3D point art. Let's say from here to here, and then I'm going to have some sort like that, and exit. You can straight away go to extrude surface, but I just would like to apply it later. And then I'm going to go to top plane, sketch, and then go to normal 2. I'm going to apply another one more, which is here to here, and then I just simply draw, right? So, okay, so without any dimension, you can create the dimension if you want to. So now it's time for me to apply my extruded surface. So I'm going to apply this one. I'm going to have the mid plane, like that. Okay, same to go with this one. Okay, so I'm going to apply extruded surface. I'm going to pick this line, and I'm going to have it mid plane with 170 mm length. Now, it's time for me again to proceed with my trim surface. I'm going to trim this. So this is my tools, and I'm going to remove this one, this one, this one, as well as this one. Okay, because I would like to have a close section like this. Then click OK. There you are. Same to go with this one. Okay, so I'm going to trim surface. This is my trim tool, and then I'm going to remove this surface, this area of the surface, and also this one. Okay, then just click OK. There you are. Okay, so now I'm going to apply again my let's say I'm going to hide this. Same to go with this one. I'm going to hide this, and then I'm going to apply, if you still remember, I'm going to apply, in order to close this, I'm going to apply my fill surface. Okay, the patch boundary, you have to remember that you have to pick the edge. Okay, okay, they will create that for you. Click OK, and then another one, which is this one. If you want to leave it open like this, should be fine, but since in this particular case I'm going to make it all closed, so I'm going to pick fill surface command, and then I'm going to click the edge. Remember, don't, if you apply the fill surface, do not pick the surface. You have to pick the edge. You pick the edge. Okay, if you pick it, memanglah dia akan pilih semua. Okay, but you have to pick edge. Okay, like that. Okay, like that. There you are. Nampak? Okay, then once after confirm, just click OK. There you are. Okay, so if let's say if you go to section view, it will slow like that. Okay, it will slow like that. Now, let's say I'm going to thicken it with a certain thickness. All right. So remember, before you can proceed with the thicken command, you have to join it all together. So if you refer to here, we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bodies altogether. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, all 6 bodies together. So we need to, before we go to thicken, we have to make it one piece, one body, by applying the knit surface. Okay, so selection, so you have to select all, there you are, and then as I mentioned to you just now, just leave this as a default, the gap control. So then you just click OK. There you are. So as you can see over here, instead of having, just now we have 6 bodies, it will already become one body, but since we already applied the surface knit, this one. All right, so once after confirm, then I'm going to have a thicken with, let's say, 5 mm, and I'm going to make it outside, which surface that I'm going to thicken all these, as you can see over here, 5 mm. It's not necessary to have 5, you can have 8, 7, 3, or it depends on you. Right, so then just click OK. There you are. And then if we let's say go to this particular solid section, it will look like that. Okay, so it means that we do have, now it already become as a solid modeling. Okay, instead of surface just now, once after we already thickened it, it already converted from the 3D surface to a 3D solid modeling. Okay, so as you can see like that, so you can apply lah. Okay, all those fillet. Okay, let's say for this surface fillet, let's I'm going to have 2 mm, so or 3 mm. Okay, all 4 edges for this one. Okay, and even you can apply for this one as well, this surface fillet with 3 mm as well, this surface, and also this surface. Okay, all right, so let's look like that. So okay guys, so that is how you can play around with the 3D surface in order to create a certain part. And then we can also, at the end of the day, we can apply the thicken command, whereby we're going to apply a certain thickness on that particular of surfaces, okay, in order to form it, or to convert it from a 3D surface, part surface, into a 3D solid modeling. Okay, so hopefully you can create any of this surface. You can try it out later. All right, and hopefully that you understand. And if you don't understand, you can just uh, play back this video and try to play around. Okay, and thank you for your attention, and also thank you for watching. I will see you in our next video. Thank you very much.